Charlotte, who will introduce Governor Dean. Kevin.
I'm very honored to be here this afternoon as Precinct Chairman of Precinct 39. We'd like to welcome you to this west side here. We're so happy to have all of you out today to get people fired up, registered to vote. Now is the time to go to door, neighborhood by neighborhood, community to community, to energize and unite our community so we can take back this White House. Now is the time. Oh yes, now is the time for the grassroots efforts to be made for us to get out people to vote at every home. We ought to be challenging people, families, to register their whole households. When they get to the age of 18 years old, it ought to be something that we ought to require our young people and give them an opportunity to be a part of this great process that we have. I'm excited today. I'm excited because this is a new day. This is a new day. And we've got to get excited for everybody else to be excited. So I would like to introduce Governor Dean right at this time. For those who don't know him and those I'd like to present to you, Governor Dean.
Thank you. Thanks to Kevin Jackson. I want to thank Anthony Fox. And I want to thank my old friend Susan Burgess, who's been really great, Mayor Pro Tem in Charlotte. And I want to thank the County Democratic Chair, Joel Ford, as well. We really appreciate your being here. This tour started out in Crawford, Texas. And the reason we started in Crawford, Texas was to remind Americans that John McCain represents 4 more years of George W. Bush. And we don't want 4 more years of George W. Bush. In fact, the position of Barack Obama and the position of John McCain is different in Iraq by 98 years. And you know, the Republicans go crazy when I say this, but the fact of the matter is, John McCain says, well, we don't want to be in combat in Iraq for 90 years. They don't get that the American people don't think we ought to be in Iraq at all for 98 years because we need all that money here at home to create American jobs, to rebuild American schools, to do something about health care for all Americans. So we really can change America, but we can't change America without you. So we need your help. Now I'm going to let these folks shout for a little bit because I'm having trouble hearing you all. So well, let's be quiet and let them have their say.
Will there be a roll call vote? Will there?
There will be a roll call vote at the convention if Hillary Clinton wants one. That's up to her. Now, since we're all Democrats here, would you all mind if I spoke to these folks? Because I'm certainly willing to let you have your say, but I do need to hear these folks. Because we do need to respect each other. And we certainly respect Senator Clinton, because Senator Clinton has done everything that Barack Obama has asked. She has campaigned all over America for Barack Obama, and I want to thank Hillary Clinton for doing that. And Senator Clinton has asked her folks to raise money for Senator Obama, and Senator Obama has asked his folks to raise money for Hillary Clinton. This is a unified party. This is a unified party. And it is not easy to be on the losing side. And I know it's not easy to be on the losing side because 4 years ago I was on the losing side. And I did what Hillary Clinton is now doing. I went all over America and asked people to vote for John Kerry, who'd voted for me. It is tough when you put that much time in and you don't win. So we are going to keep this party together, and thanks to Hillary Clinton's leadership, this party is together, and because this party is together, Barack Obama is going to be the next president of the United States. And because Barack Obama is going to win North Carolina, Beverly Perdue is going to be the next governor of the state of North Carolina, and Kay Hagan is going to be the next United States Senator from the state of North Carolina. And of course, Mel Watt's going to get reelected. We knew that, right? So, thank you all for doing this. Now, there are also some pretty significant difference between Senator Obama and Senator McCain on health care policy. The main thing that Senator McCain thought was a great idea was for George Bush to veto children's health care. And we need children's health care in this country. This is the only industrialized democracy on the face of the earth that does not have health insurance for all its people. Unless I can see the Republicans right now, oh, this is a liberal plan to have socialized medicine. You mean like Medicare? I didn't hear too many people over 65 complaining about Medicare. If we could all just have what the people over 65 had, we'd be in pretty good shape in this country. If we can do it for people over 65, we can do it for everybody else in this country. And let me tell you about this. This is not just because we're Democrats and we believe people ought to be treated differently. This is a business proposition. We are losing jobs to Canada and Europe right now because they have health care that's predictable for their business community and we don't. And if you want to do something for small business in America, which creates 80% of all our jobs, then we ought to have health insurance, because right now small businesses can't compete because their costs are going up 16% a year. We need universal health care in this country, and we will have it with Barack Obama, and John McCain thought it was a great idea to even veto that for kids. We can do better than that. John McCain, tax bill, his prescription for the economy is to do what he voted to do, which is to give ExxonMobil $1.2 billion worth of tax credits. Here we are paying $3.80 a gallon at best in North Carolina. We could use a little of that ExxonMobil in the pockets of middle-class taxpayers, which is where Barack Obama's tax cuts are going to. We can do better than this, and we will. So, now, North Carolina is a pretty special state. We haven't won here since 1976. And the reason we're here is because we believe that we ought to reach out to every single American, that there is not one state that we ought not to go to. And we ought to go to every state because we think it's a sign of respect to ask voters for their votes. The fact is that voters are our bosses. They pay our salaries, and we ought to listen to them. And Barack Obama wants to build an America where everybody matters, and everybody is included in the community, including those people who don't agree with us. George Bush has a community where he thought he wanted to be president of half the people, just the half that agreed with him. We believe that everybody ought to be included, and everybody will be included, including people in North Carolina. Let me talk to you a little bit about what you did here. In the 2004 Democratic primary, more people came out and voted in the Democratic primary than voted for our candidates in the general election in 2004, in the 2008 primary. More people voted in the primaries than voted in the general election. First-time voters made up 15% of all the people who voted, and 40% of first-time voters were under the age of 35 years old. This is a generational change in America.